On the
Because
equipment,
if you do that,
the system is
sometimes
different.
you forget that the bag
And
is empty.
so I would like to hear
We experience shutdown
salon
too
case.
early.
Such kind of 1.8 centimeter is double.
Now we stay like that.
Deployed needle, maybe enough abrasion zone. Triple is enough, but sometimes too much. And in StarMed system, how do you think about, do you use a double or single or
triple?
triple?
I will perform perhaps a little pullback ablation to be sure to have all the area.
I think for this case, I think 2 electrodes will be enough to gather population margin, means at least 5 million population margin.
The third electrode, probably due to
maybe our patient economic status, and maybe, for example, in Taiwan, for tumor be more than 2 centimeters, the bust IF needle is maybe only one needle only. But for tumor bigger than 3 centimeters, the 3 IF needle may be approved.
Basically, I use a cruelty. So in this case, 1.9 centimeter, I use a single needle and 2 or 3 point abrasion. And but I would like to hear Professor Shina. Do you use a 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter?
Okay, I increase again the power.
I will do the same thing. Maybe I will use only one needle. First, I will insert the electrode into the margin, into the distance from the diaphragm side. First and ablate, and we would like to see the
and no intratumoral hyperpressure
of the gas bubble, but maybe to be on the safe side, we insert the electrode again to the center of the video. And maybe I will take two insertions probably, 2 or 3.
The bubbles start to merge.
I don't think this is a very good.
No?
Yeah.
So we think this is a difficult case because we worry about the injury of the diaphragm. If we don't care about the injury of the diaphragm, it becomes a simple procedure. So if small injury to the diaphragm, like less than 3 centimeters, it's any meaningful for clinical side effects. So if that is simple, not so many ascites.
Shut down, that means that we
So what do you mean the injury of the diaphragm?
probably
So what you mean the
what we can see is that
herniation of the
the pair of
diaphragm perforation and the
the
herniation of
resistance
the
increase.
abdomen.
That means that between 2 and 3,
What do you mean
the tissue is completely ablated now.
If ablation area less than 3 centimeters, that's no serious side effect for the clinical.
Sorry, we just listened to the operator and reply to you later.
Okay.
So we looked at the fusion.
We have 2 and 3 there is a roll-up between 2 and 3 and 1 and 3. That means that 3, electrode 3, is now in area completely necrotic. So what we will do is to disconnect 3 and ablate only between 1 and 2. Stop, please. Stop.
Focus.
Stop the generator. Stop. Disconnect 3. Okay. Again. Restart.
So this case is finished. No? Okay.
We will show you the CT.
到这边。
Okay, nice. Okay. We have already delivered 74 kilojoules. Just for comparison with monopolar device, common ablation procedure, we are around 40 at maximum, sometimes 50. Okay, pull back now. But I don't want to read one. I just want to continue the procedure because we have to let.
So,
Okay.
Okay.
We want to perform 16 hours. Okay, that's the CD store. Okay.
So now you would like to check the CT scan.
Correct. Thank you.
这里。
吴立伟，你们现在是要做 CT scan 吗？吴立伟，你现在是要做 CT scan 吗？
对，现在要做 CT scan， 让随后说要大家看一下那个针是摆在对的地方。
The operator like to check the CT scan. The needle is tucking is exactly or no?
Okay, in the meantime, I'm sorry, we couldn't answer to PK's question. So regarding the diaphragmatic injury after infusion or pleural effusion, right?
I did notice the detailed procedure.
Okay, so that's why. Initially, I thought like I think a similar way. If we use artificial effusion, and then if we cannot separate the diaphragm and liver with artificial effusion, there will be a lot of a kind of thermal injury adjacent diaphragm. But based on our experience, like Japanese, the many experience, if you use the artificial pleural effusion, the diaphragmatic injury is not so much severe. So that's why recently we are also trying to make artificial pleural effusion if artificial ascites is not available. But interestingly, as you see, Dr. Serol already made artificial ascites nicely, right? Artificial pleural effusion shifted to the subdiaphragmatic area. That means, based on our experience, even for post-operative cases, we can ablate successfully in about 80% cases. There is some adhesion, but if you try to make an artificial ascites first, like in this case, we just expected there will be a lot of perihepatic adhesion. That's why he tried first artificial pleural effusion first. But if you tried artificial ascites first, in many cases separated. Some area adhesion, but some area, in this case, there is not so much perihepatic adhesion. The most of fluid shift into the subdiaphragmatic area, right? At the first time artificial pleural effusion was formed, but during the procedure, most of the fluid shifted in the subphrenic area.
I would like to ask the audience, if in this case, by your practice, you will use the artificial ascites pleural effusion. If yes, please raise your hand. Okay, I think the majority of audience operator also use artificial ascites pleural effusion. Dr. Cho, in this case, it's simple or difficult to you?
I think every case is very difficult if we are not familiar with the image or the guided procedure. But I think this case, in my opinion, I will use the artificial ascites rather than artificial pleural effusion. Yes, I will try the artificial ascites first.
But this tumor is located in the upper portion of the door. So even use artificial ascites, the ascites flow down into the dependent portion. So in this case, how about the angiocyst? I understand that some speaker use the angiocyst. The speaker also here now. Angiocyst.
Such as Professor Rin.
Oh, okay.
He's an expert.
Yes, actually we are using angiography introducer shears rather than just the spinal needle, because the only reason is the size of the needle, so we can infuse a large amount of fluid in a rapid time. That's the only reason. The other reason is to improve the sonic window. It is better to the place of the tip of the needle or catheter to just the subphrenic area. It is better. That's the only reason. But generally, after infusing the large amount of ascites, even through the spinal needle, if you wait or make a dependent position, maybe the result quite similar. But anyway, I prefer the angiography introducer shears. But I think there is no one right way to follow. Everybody should follow. Just in my institution, we try to make artificial ascites first. To improve a sonic window, artificial pleural infusion basically better than artificial ascites. But in many cases, we can get acceptable increase of visibility using artificial ascites. That's why in our institution, we try to make artificial ascites first. After that, if the the level of visibility is not so much satisfactory, at that time we can add artificial pleural infusion. That's our way.
Dr. Wu or Dr. Seho, why you are silent now? Are you checking the CT scan now? 哎，吴立伟，你们现在在干嘛哈？进 CT scan。OK。这可以。Could you explain what is this?
Okay, thank you. So I'm finishing now because I have to perform a little pullback to have anterior margin for the nodule, and after that it will be finished.
So the ablation area, can you show?
Why don't you use
So, did you use the contrast CD?
Contrast CT?
Contrast CT scan after contrast injection.
Not usually. And it will be very difficult here. You see the lithodiol staining all the liver because this man received taste one day before. I'm not confident with CT.
Okay, could you indicate it where was the tumor on CT? It is very confusing.
Somebody comes. Look at that now.
Okay.
You see? This is a pullback ablation.
Okay.
Or are completely merged. So, okay, I think the procedure will be now finished. And you see, the endpoint again is the roll-off between all pair of electrodes. This is the endpoint.
So now the ablation is finished.
Yes.
Yes?
Well, yes, for me, I have just to wait the second roll-off because I pull back about 2 centimeters or electrode.
Yeah.
But when I will achieve that, for me, the ablation is done. I will just perform hot withdrawal of all probes.
Mm-hmm. So you mean the repeat ablation?
Sorry?
You perform the repeat ablation after withdrawal of the probe, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Why?
Yeah. Because the tumor is only 1.8 centimeter.
Yes. Why I perform hot withdrawal?
Yeah.
Because not touch technique, this is a concept. This is an intention to treatment. We are never sure that we are not inside the nodule.
Okay.
So I think for safety purpose, this is mandatory to perform hot withdrawal, even if you use not touch technique.
But in this case, you using the 3 centimeter thermal diameter or 4 centimeter thermal diameter?
Yes, this is an interesting comment. I would use for this patient 40 millimeter active tips and not 30. You're right.
So this case you use the 3.
If we use that, we will save time. Probably because we were able to start with 120 watts and not like that with 60 watts.
Okay, so this case you using the 3 centimeter thermal diameter probe, right? 3 centimeter thermal diameter.
This is very hard that I use 3 centimeters active tips.
Okay.
I use that only for tumor located in the left lobe because sometimes when the lobe is very small, it is very difficult to insert electrode on 40 millimeter active tips. We have not enough room to do that safely. But in right lobe, I use always 40 millimeter active tips.
Okay, thank you, Professor Seho and Dr. Wu and Dr. Lin. Your very nice demonstration. Is any question or comment to this case, or different opinion?
We would like to see more about the CT. Actually.
Oh, CT scan.
Yeah.
Okay.
For late phase.
And Woody Wei.
We have shut down now for every pair of electrodes, so we perform hot withdrawal, and for us this is finished.
Can you show the later phase of CT scan? Later phase of venous phase of CT scan is contrast. No contrast. Yeah. No contrast.
One more follow.
So, Professor Zhou, you think this inadequate? Oh, okay. Oh, lung, okay. Oh, okay.
There might be a cardiac fusion.
The patient with the local anesthesia or general anesthesia.
Anyway, this case under general anesthesia or just only a partial general anesthesia?
IV anesthesia without endotracheal tube implantment.
You mean the domiquin and the fentanyl? No propofol.
Oh, sorry.
No propofol.
Propofol.
Just IV sedation.
IV sedation only, yeah.
With the propofol.
Not general anesthesia.
Without propofol.
No.
Without propofol.
Without.
But Dr. Liang want to discuss with you. Yes.
Do you think this is sufficient ablation or excessive ablation? I don't think.
Come here. What? Come here. What?
The electrode 1 centimeter distance from you.
One issue. Right? Yes. Here. Yes. No, the needle keep here. Keep the needle keep go upward. Maybe not reach the margin of the tumor.
Subcutaneous bleeding or just the regular effusion into the subcutaneous.
So you exercise more deeply. Transport more deeply. Yes. The second needle here. The tip of the needle is here. I think that I have capsular plan. I think according to what we see on ultrasound, you can see that the coic area is perfectly located. So I think on CT we cannot see that the tips are reaching the capsular plan because you see the point here is if we are in coronal view, we are with the capsular plan. On ultrasound we have quite coronal. This is a coronal view. This is coronal view. Here, this is axial view. This is a big difference. Okay. There is a coronal view.
So I think that because time limitation, is any question or comment about this case?
Why do TAC
Yes, let us start to withdraw a little
for
bit.
this patient?
I start to
This case, no TAC.
for the CT. And he was saying stop because they want
TAC first?
to verify the quality of electrode. But I was
I'm not sure why the
to
TAC
withdraw,
first.
to withdraw. This is the concern. Okay.
That's my patient, and he should not receive TSE, just only brain TAE for marking, pre-CT guide IFA marking. As our previous training, we will perform CT guide IFA for this patient. And because today we just had the opportunity, so it shift became ultrasound guidance. So the pre-IFA brain TAE marking was performed yesterday. So you can see some POTO within the tumor. Just only TAE.
I continue, but quickly. Okay, this is finished.